All right, so the scheduled pickup. Oh, there's one right there. Look at that. Now I know I can't do this one because it's now. Man, I wish I could. That would be perfect if it was an hour ago. And it's not high value, and I tend to let those go right away. I'm not going to offer that up to other drivers because A, it's like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. B, it's less than 20 bucks, and I tend to only save the ones like that are like 24 to $30. That would be the bottom of the barrel for me. Like over 30 is the only thing I might consider high value. Oh, there's another one. Look at that, 715. Where is that? I can't do that one either though. Actually, and there's an example of what's happening. Okay, that just became available, and it's no longer available. What does that mean to you or me? It means that when you refresh this page over and over and over again, that's the same one. If you refresh it, and what I'm doing, by the way, I just happen to know that it's the same one just by the dollar value. But if you see one of these, you should, as quickly as possible, hit view details, confirm pickup as fast as you can, and then decide if you can do it or not. Now, there's been drivers that I don't even know if they're all drivers, but there's been people. I know they're people. I'm pretty sure they're not Russian bots or anything like that. There have been, haha, there have been people who have criticized this process, this practice of taking every single scheduled pickup that you see, and then maybe or maybe not doing it. And of course, making every effort to delete it. There's no penalty for not deleting it from your queue. See, somebody just got that one, and it might reappear because it's very soon, and people are doing the exact same thing I'm doing right now. I guarantee you. Well, I have no way to know, but I would, an educated guess based on many conversations with drivers I've had, and of course, there's a large number of drivers in the area. There's probably a lot of people constantly refreshing this page, just like I am right now. Okay. So that's the reason why you would want to very quickly tap on view details and confirm pickup, and then consider your schedule and decide. Because if you analyze the information for as long as it takes to exhale 1/100th of the air in your lungs, then guess what's going to happen next? It's going to give you that same thing we just saw a minute ago. This ride is no longer available. Even though it just appeared on the screen, doesn't matter. Okay? So refresh it over and over and over. Grab every single one that you see. And then, unless it's like right now, and again, it doesn't really matter if you release it or not. Lyft prefers that you do, and of course, it's the right thing to do. I make every effort to do so, but, you know, if this was, well, these are both morning, or early day. So these are the next 2 days, a couple of rides that I feel like I might be able to do. But guess what? If I'm in a ride at noonish or whatever, and I'm in the other side of town and I haven't gone in to delete this, it's not going to penalize me at all if I don't delete it. And Lyft is most certainly going to find another driver for that ride. So that's fine. There's no big deal. Okay. So the people who get all worked up about this, find something else to get worked up about. It doesn't matter in the least bit. If the driver is really truly hoarding these with no intention of doing the rides, Lyft is going to survive. Lyft is going to find another driver. But that leads to the reason why the scheduled pickups thing is such a hot button here. Of course, if you've been driving for a while, you've gotten organically paired with a scheduled pickup, meaning it wasn't in your My Pickups tab here. It was just randomly assigned to you when you dropped off another rider. And let's say it was tomorrow and it's 12:30, and let's say the pickup is right here in near Shady Grove Road, Goody Drive. And let's say you're way over here where I am, which that's a bit of a drive. That's like a good 15, 20 minute drive, 15 plus minute drive. And it's 12, what's the pickup time? 12:30. It's 12:28. and you get the ride now, like right now, or tomorrow at that time, because I forgot to delete it. That's not cool. That's the reason. That's one of the, there's a couple of reasons, but that's one of the reasons that this scheduled pickups thing is such a big deal. And, drivers who kind of care about this whole thing and want it to work and want to provide good service or whatever. Of course, we tend to release the rides we can't do. I know I do, religiously. Like I make my schedule around my scheduled pickups. Like if I have any scheduled pickups for the day, I'm either, by the time the very early morning comes around, I'm usually deleting them or planning my day around them. And that could still not work out. That's fine, but I try hard. Okay. And at this time, that's all Lyft expects of us, is to try to do it. Maybe there's no penalty, again, for not deleting them. Anyway, I just wanted to focus on getting the scheduled pickups. This is what you got to do over and over again. And you saw me pounce on a couple of them, and I deleted them. I didn't want either one of, or one of them I didn't get, and the other one I didn't want because I got to pick my daughter up from school shortly. So I'm not gonna try to fit something in that I can't do. So there's that. I'll make another video on some of the more specific things, but getting them is key. Get as many as you can, and then delete the ones you can't do once you have determined whether or not that ride's going to work for your schedule or not. And they tend to be, it's very rare that you get them for more than one day out. And in fact, most of the scheduled pickups you get are for like an hour from now or 2 hours from now. That's when people tend to schedule these things. If you get something more than a couple days, they'll probably cancel. Almost always, because people's plans change. Or one of the things that happens is a person might decide that, I don't want to be picked up at 12:30. I want to be picked up at 12:45. Well, when they go in and they delete, or they can't change the current record. In other words, this ride that you have on your pickups tab here, they can't edit that. They have to delete that one and start another one. That's the only way they can do it. And Lyft doesn't push you that new one. They just offer it up on this page for any other next driver that might be refreshing the page at the moment. So on your screen, on your system, you get the text message. Looks like so-and-so, where is it? Yeah, it looks like your passenger canceled their pickup. The ride was removed from your schedule, okay? And that's going to happen, especially if they're more than a day out. If they're 2-3 days out, it only allows you to schedule for a week out in advance. And I have picked up passengers that schedule a week of rides, and like every day, all their rides to and from work. On Sunday, they schedule all of them. And I've gotten a few of those. Like I've gotten the same person 2 days in a row or whatever. See, again, I can't do this one. I know it already. Now, I normally would not sit here and analyze it because I want to go right back here and keep going. But not only do I know I can't do it, it's also not high value, and I recognize what it is right away, so I'm going to delete it right away. Okay. All right. But anyway, you see how to pounce on them and get them right away. That's really the only way, because if I had waited for that pickup, that scheduled pickup, and just like sat there and analyzed it for even 5 seconds, literally, most likely somebody else would have grabbed it. Now, I can't do it, and I knew it before I even grabbed it, but I grab them out of habit, and then I go back and release them back to the system for another driver. And if they are higher value, I just think it's a courtesy to pass on to a driver that can do it, rather than letting it go back into the system and possibly falling into the hands of one of these drivers who is less, perhaps has less integrity, let's say. They may not have any intention of doing it. There's a lot of drivers, I've talked to these drivers, because I take rides a lot, and I talk to drivers about Lyft and stuff and how they like it, and how they use it. And there's a lot of things going on out there, but one of the things that happens is a lot of drivers just take them all. They don't care about their acceptance rate at all. So if they're, if they finish a ride in Baltimore and they've got this ride in Rockville, and all of a sudden it comes up on their screen, they don't even care. Or they might hit accept, and then they'll call the passenger and tell them, if they do care about their acceptance, they'll call the passenger and lie to them. I've had this story come from passengers many times. They will lie to the person and say, I don't know why it gave me your ride. I'm in Baltimore. Can you please cancel? What's the guy going to do? He needs a ride, right? Yeah, so anyway, there's just a lot there. I'll leave it at that. I just wanted to get right to it here. Okay.